who maybe aren't as known by some of the more known teams, and they might surprise some players. Let's see. We have a drunk pilot today, it seems. Normally around 30 seconds in, the plane realizes it was drunk, and then it gets normal. Oh, yep, there we go. Already early. Okay, 19 seconds. That's an early realization from the pilot to not fly like a crazy man. Navi jumping out early. Is that going to be an Alcantara loot split? It's not something you see too often. Maybe they will be doing that. Entropy down towards La Copraria. Where team they're going up towards the east face. Are they splitting El Pozo and Monte this time around? I mean, there's no reason to try and stretch it to Monte if you can just get El Pozo, and I think that's what they're realizing. So they'll just go down there. It's Net Energy splitting the, I guess, north side of Power Grid. I don't know not sure what you would call this area. In between Pozo and Power Grid. Blaze down towards Power Grid. EB might be able to snack himself a vehicle down towards here. We've seen back when they played with Samchi and Yemti, I believe it was Yemti who, I mean, first of all, Yemti was usually the one looted out here, but he also sometimes went up to the compound where I think EB will be landing now. Will he fly further? Okay, he does fly further. But sometimes we would see Liquid have a player loot up here as well. But not this time around. Teams down towards Impala. Luke, gotta turn around, get over to your teammates. Should be alright. From the looks of it, Uno is flying back. Oh, Luke, where are you going? I think Uno is alright. I'm not sure. No. Uno. Jump up on the thing. Oh no. Oh no, there's a crazy bull after you. Just run inside the house already. Oh, now he has a gun. Now it's the other way around. Luke's like, go. But it seems like he got away. It's always interesting. Always interesting to have those early engagements. Let's see the circle out towards the east again. And so let's see if they can guess right on the compound once more. Let's see if they can guess right in terms of where we are headed again. And then maybe get themselves one more center position. Oh, quiet. Deucey and Flak sharing a compound, which I don't think any of them really want to spend time doing. Deucey is looking around, as you can see. I think he knows there's someone on the other side. Does he have a helmet? No, he does not. I figured he did. Nope, that's a silent pull-up. Not all that silent after all, though. I think they heard the nade, and I think Adusi realizes now that he's in quite a bit of trouble. Aliyah is coming down to help. He knows there's someone on the side. Adusi's down to low HP. Flag is making a run forward, but he's getting shot towards. So they know that there's pressure, and they also know that they need to get this done with fast. They know that right now they have the upper hand. But where's the help? Where's the assistance? Adusi! Oh my lord, the timing gets out, and Aliyah's actually there to help. Knock comes in the other way around. Soxy falls. Flag is upstairs. No, he's actually downstairs. Might be. Oh my lord, hold that angle for 1 second longer to find Aliyah. No helmet. Oh, that should be a knock. Aliyah, that's on your feet. Watch out, buddy. Yep, down he goes. Flag finds the second. Now Soxy was down, and I was just gonna wonder for a second if he was gonna go for the flushes first, or if he wants to get Soxy up first. And I think this is the right play to make, because they can't really see any immediate pressure from anywhere else. Sam T is peeking over, just going, hey guys, any room for me over here to third party on it? He's running forward. He's all by himself, and by all by himself I mean like he's a kilometer away almost from his closest teammates. So if he goes down here, there's no reses coming. Oh, stand still for a second. Samsy would love that, but no, not gonna happen. Samsy though does manage to find him. I'll say fresh level 3 vest on himself. So I was gonna say shoot him in the face, because you want to get that level 3 vest off of him, but doesn't really matter. So Samsy finds one. A little bit of a punishment. Well, peeking over the top, I guess Melman went down as well. Example should be able to come over and get that res up though, and I think if you Kit Kat, there's just nothing, like there's no reason for you to stay around here any longer. Okay, so we've lost one now as well. Is it? Do you really want to stick around? I'm not quite sure. Pearl will fall. service information when the game is starting for everyone else. Forward spring coming in from Samsey. Nothing connects. And I think he as well is in a situation where maybe, just maybe you want to get off. Just get away from here. Just get out of here. Let's see, Blaze and Liquid. They found themselves next to one another. Ibiza sharing a compound with Lipson. Lipson just pulled up, and I think the remaining Blaze players will as well in just a moment. At least Lassa getting tacked up pretty massively. EB trying to lopinate on over. Is it gonna be there? Nope, there's a wall to defend him. Lassa will be able to pull the vehicle in, but for how much longer will they be able to stay alive? Let's see, EB looking around the side. They know there's one more, but are they fully aware that 3 people actually made it to the compound already? Lipson peeks out. Has eyes on. That's not a strange angle, but a difficult angle. Peeking. Oh, the timing. James finds the headshot. Not able to connect the second one for the knock, though. Actually has a decent angle behind the ridge over there as well. But the longer these two teams take to get this fight going, and like the more time these two teams spend fighting one another, I guess you should say, the more you have to be worried about other teams potentially trying to third party. So we'll see. We'll see how things are gonna fare from here, James. Smoke thrown out. Wants to grant himself some cover. Potentially a route towards the opponents. Rip. Damage done with a nade, but no knocks coming in. That one, oh my lord, that one goes through Lipson. Taking 54 damage of it. James is gonna jump underhand the nade. Huh! Yep. I like the idea. No one there to receive it though. So, other than a vehicle. The vehicle was there indeed. They still have a pocket in the compound up the hillside. Oh, actually, no, he's on the east side, west side compound. I was kind of waiting for him to start shooting, and now he does. They do know that he's there, though, so they know that there's at least one player somewhere else, which means this could be a max of 3. But those teams want to push this on his own. He is very alone. If he peeks this angle and he falls down, the knock should be imminent, or the flush, I should say, should be imminent. But let's see, Ibiza. Is he running over? At least K-Mine does. K-Mine is coming to help. EB is trying to hold off Apocalypse. Mexi is looking how he can assist with this from the side. James headshot towards him, down to 42. Using bandages, and that's kind of the issue right now. He's sitting on bandages and nothing. Bandages and nothing. This is an early game fight. They've barely had time to look. We're only 7 minutes in. Sunny falls as well. That's a nice one. The team that didn't really join the lobby last time around, but they're here now. Rip is lit on fire. Flashbangs. I mean, these teams are using all their utility right now, and I think it's utility that both the teams, to be fair, would have wanted to be able to keep for for any future endeavors in this game. Lassa goes aggressive, peeks over. Oh, he had eyes on James for a second there, but he wasn't scoped in, so wasn't ready to shoot. Falls back. Flashbangs being put to good use. Do they know that K-Mind is there? I don't think they have seen or heard him push all the way inside here. Vard falls. That's elsewhere on the map. And James, again, they're really playing contain here, but they don't really want to over-aggress on anything. Rust and Map falls for WGG. I can't do solo split screen, I'm sorry. Now that we've stuck with this fight for as long as we have now, I feel like we should stay. No preferences. Tegus from afar joins in as well. I mean, this fight is gonna happen. You can see that the way James moves aggressively on this, it's gonna happen. It's gonna return in kills, or result in kills at some point. Just quickly take a little look at where the other engagements are going on. That's over here. Ends. We asked if they could find the compound where the circle was gonna go. The game was gonna end. Not quite so. This one just massively hard shifted down towards the south. And now finally the kills come in. K-Mine finds 2. Lipson, and that's why we don't jump between players. That, my friends, is why we watch the game in third person. Oh, he moved a little. Will we get back in? Let's give it like 3 seconds more. 1, 2. Oh, did we just get back from crashing in observer mode? What? Well, Blaze died. At least the majority of them. And Liquid still is still alive. Huh. That's the first one. We crashed, but we didn't crash. That's the first one for me. Would you look at that? So I guess the game was nice after all. We got debated by I guess the game, to be fair. That's interesting. I've never seen that happen before. Truly never ever had a game crash. And I was like, I saw a little pixel movement. Like it was one frame of movement, and I was like, wait, do we might actually get back in it? Okay, so I guess for the future we want Alt F4 immediately. We'll give it a few seconds to potentially turn around and work. That's good to know. Good to know. We've already lost 12 players. We haven't lost a team yet, but we've a lot of these teams are already pretty banged up. We can see Trico and Entropy. They're trying to find some sort of a not a response really, but somewhat of a returned benefit of the situation where they lost a player. And they can't really seem to find it where a team rotated around them, and that just means that there's that many more players on the other side going into better position. But now you can see, guys, now you can see why I'm afraid of jumping between players and going into first person, because stuff like that just does happen. Because we crash a lot. Even doesn't matter. It used to be only in game, don't lag me. It used to be only in specific periods of the game, like around phase 4 when it was really action packed and stuff. Then you would have to be afraid or a little cautious with how you did your observing. But now it's anytime. Early game, mid game, late game, doesn't matter. All the time. You always have to be afraid. Or not afraid, but you always have to be cautious of how you do it. Even sometimes when you just jump into third person, you can get crashed. So I have to be very, very selective of how you do your observing. You gotta go somewhere and then expect it to work out. Still unfortunate, because I would love to just be able to jump between everyone and show you all the action as best as I can. But that's not something the game... Wait, what? Are we getting spikes now when flying around? I'm so confused. There's a lot of stuff going on that I don't understand. Maybe we should have left the game to get back in. It's always interesting to see how things go down. Now, Circle 3 has popped, and a lot of the water has been excluded. Not all of it, but the majority of it. ADR and at Entropy, they're rotating down towards the south, and one up towards the north as well. They kind of have to figure out, do we want to take this fight on the edge, or do we want to rotate side by side and find somewhere to go inside the circle? Pretty quiet. Entropy already up to rotate east around, so nothing happening in terms of fights. WGSG, plenty of room to play from. Not fair. They'll be sitting center circle. Face Clan in a two-way split will be fine for now. Liquid coming from the west. Again, they did get 3 kills early, so it's a pretty decent start in terms of points for them. WGSG splitting north. Squeaky by himself in the shack. Of course, far from optimal, but when you lose 3 teammates early, you gotta do what you gotta do and try and stay put for as long as you can. Toby looks around. Not able to find anything. Mexi is there in the field. Not the best situation. They are trying to split south around, and I think... Ooh, this is actually a little scary for Faceland. They're splitting in between them. If Liquid reach this split, they might be able to breach on either one of them. The circle's going to go away from the mountainside over towards the east. So there could be something happening. There could be something happening. Anonymous Fools. Elgic held off strong. As Entropy came rotating around. They still have Flammy in the compound, but... I mean, they don't know, but I think they're expecting the next circle to go elsewhere. And, well... Flammy will probably get to see another day. I'll say, at least see another circle. In this one. But this is going to be interesting. Phase split apart between... Or split with liquid in between them, I guess you can say. Liquid is the ham and cheese. Or maybe cheese more. In this sandwich. And one they're pushing up towards WGSG. One falls. And Sick is alive. But not in the best situation. Samty able to find her around the corner. Again, guys, I don't want to crash. I don't want to crash. You can BM the observing all you want, but I'm doing it a lot in third person here. Bart falls. Not flushed yet. There is the bleed though, so it does go down in the end of it. Soy falls too. Trucky falls as well. Miracle with the double. Great hold there. Samty was over the top with the angle, but nice one. Esports are going to be the first team to go down. And oh my lord, that's a Western hard shift. And look at this now. This is actually a smart play by FaZe. They realize we cannot hold this as two. Teams will be coming. They will read that this is a two-way split. Therefore, we cannot overcommit to sitting here. And they run out in the field. Now, 8C and Gustav comes... Oh my lord. If they go over to pick them up to then go back inside the compound, that would be the funniest thing in the world. That's what they're doing. That is exactly what they're doing. They went out, no one breached, now they go in and take it. That is not something you see too often. They go away and say, if someone takes this compound now, while we're gone, so be it. Not all we can do about it. But they go away to then wait for the cavalry to arrive and then go back in. They knew exactly where Liquid were and they play accordingly. Very, very, very smart play by FaZe. I mean, there's a reason they're 2 for 2 so far. They have attended 2 finals of Toby's Tryhard Thursday, and they have won twice. So they have a 100% win rate. Let's see if that's going to continue today. They didn't have the best first game, but here in game 2, things could be looking very different. Sunka falls. Miracle is running around in the open. Iroh is alive and well. The vehicle does have both tires still, so Miracle should be able to get it back on the wheels and get away. And it's just a matter of time, though, with all those bullets raining on in towards him, that you'd have to expect someone to hit those tires eventually. Let's see. Down towards the south, how are things looking? Elgic will need to find a way in. Example will need to do the same. Soxy, how do you do this, buddy? I'm not sure. And WGSG, I mean, their position is just getting bombarded with bullets. They are practically a shooting range for everyone else. See what they can do. Iroh somehow taken down by Uber. That's for quite a bit of distance to it. That's way up there. Uber finds one. We know he's a beast with the Mini 14, and he shows us once more. So it was a great game for WGG last game. This time around, not quite so much. As I say that, they have 9 kills, Toby. What are you talking about? So even if they go down now, it's still actually not the worst game. They're still... I think if you can get 9 points in a Miramar game, you'll be top 4. Sometimes even top 3. On the overall leaderboards, depending on how much one team dominated on the kill feed. Kemba finds Marcelik, another CIS player now pushing forward. That's Example. Ooh, will the nade be good? Nope, it's a bit far. Soxy falls as well. Example spotted Morpheus. I don't think they have any idea where they're getting shot from, and in this phase 4, it's hurting quite a bit. You can see Example trying to push around. Wait, did Example just crash? I feel bad for you, Example. Rest in peace, my friend. D-Mash trying to push forward as well. That is the most feels fucking bad, man. Time me to crash. And there goes Example. He had all the space to rotate forward, but PUBG did not want to let him stay alive. Phantom trying to push forward. Elgic loses 2. Norkis and Marcelik are still alive, but they are in trouble. As you can see, Na'Vi, they have eyes on them. The smoke is all that's keeping them alive for now. They do have a bike, but can they get away? They have a lot of teams around them who potentially can go up and hurt them here. They do have to push forward as well. They could go, if you can get over this ridge into the next step, you should actually be okay. You should be okay. Oh, we're having bad issues again with the connection. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Norkis tries to make the rotation on over. 1 HP. How far will he get? Not any further. Marsalik is trying to play on his own. That's level 3 gear and an AOG. And out goes El Giganten. There we go. I think you understood it. Sam Team still alive. Team Liquid able to stay put down towards the west side of the new circle. Na'Vi will need to find a way to make their way in. And yes, I'm sorry about all the issues. It's on Twitch, guys. It's not on me. It's not my connection that is having issues. It is Twitch's servers that aren't that great. And unfortunately, I cannot swap servers from midstream. I would have to restart the stream. So I don't think that's gonna change anything, unfortunately. Sam T finds one more. He does have a team sitting behind, and I was thinking that at some point they would be able to find him. Indeed, they did. He falls. He goes down. Team Snip. Haven't seen too much from them today. Able to, well, at least for now, sit tight over towards the east. They'll be alright. They'll be alright. At least for a little while longer. Depends on where this next circle will go. Let's see. Face, they lost 2 as well. Liquid still alive with all. They're all in their cars. They're ready and waiting. The circle hard shifts east. And I don't think you could get any luckier than this if you're Snip, because you get to actually stay on your ridge line. You can see how much control they have. They can look up towards the north. They can play down towards the south. All they need to do is make sure that Phantom doesn't push towards them. They need to cross in now. Where does Liquid go? They engage with Apocalypse on the shack. K-Mine does go down, but you would think that Reses should be possible. When does Na'Vi move on this? Huh. I was thinking Na'Vi might actually want to engage on this, but no. No, not happening. Ebi trying to move around the vehicle, grant himself a little extra cover. Uber is going to be able to take the check on the other side. That's the first nade lopped over. Best of luck finds one, finds James as well. 2 nades, connects twice, and hopefully for Liquid there aren't any more in the hands of Best of luck, because that would be even more kills coming in. Now Molotovs being lopped on over as well. Oh my lord, it actually hit his backpack. Best of luck, you are a beast with throwables. Ebi finds tap. Kemba goes down as well. Ebi with a double. Ebi tries to go for the third. There's still Senya left alive. What can he do with the position that he is in? He's prone down. Nate's in hand. Lob forward. Mexi sees it though. Gets the bag away. No damage done. He's all on his own. Ebi has to reload now. He's back on as well. Flashbang thrown forward. Molos in return. On fire. Nope, not quite so, but Ebi finds one more. Actually, Seiko is the one to get the knock. Mexi does manage to clean it up. Those are kills coming in for Team Liquid as we make our way into placement points. 8 teams left alive. Gustav is up. Oba is as well. And Best of Luck still has to cross on over. Gotta say, Best of Luck, he was on point. Like, all those throwables, they were on. They were right there. Right where they had to be. Impressive. From Best of Luck to just style them right on in. It's a difficult thing. I mean, normally, yes, they bounce off a little and you hit some, and oh, he was next to it, but it was literally straight on him. Like, on him. 3 times. On target, I should say. With all of them. Very impressive to see. Buster. He's playing it passive down by the roadside. Then you have Not Fair sitting center. And all these 3 teams up towards the north trying to hold off as best as they can. Party Beetle, Tiggo, and App. They, well, I mean, let's put it this way. If the circle goes anywhere except for north, and they don't have any vehicles, which I don't... Do they have 1 car down there? They do. Okay, they actually have 2 vehicles. So they will potentially be alright. They just really need some knocks. Yes, and this is exactly it. Where do you go? You cannot play east. You cannot play west side. You cannot go over towards face. You need to wrap west around this, and you're gonna be up against so many players. Or do you take the cars and crash the compound? Because compound is technically in. How do you play this if your game frame you can slowly make your way up to here. And then maybe lob a nade through that window. But that would be about it. Where team? They find one. Crowman falls. Party beat now gone down as well. They tried to get vision, but it's actually not fair. They're able to get the knocks in return. Skewy. SLR's his way towards the south. Blue Star falls. They need a lot. And they're getting it right now. We're team. They're not inside the circle yet, though. They're going to push on it. 2v4. How will this one go? Reses are coming in. These guys out in the open. And again, guys, no first-person view for me right now. Don't want to crash. This is prime time for crashing when observing. Where team has found themselves a little dip, and they're actually just inside the circle. This is a perfect position for them to sit in. Prone down, lay low, and hope that a team like Game Frame won't be pushing on you. Let's see. Down towards the south. We have Bestelok still outside the circle. We have Gustav and Uber who both need to go somewhere. Uber is on the bike. Cross a little further forward. Doesn't want to commit to anything just yet. Fight is escalating towards the north as well. Tico looks around. Again, we're doing a helicopter coverage of this engagement, guys. Again, I don't want to crash because I feel like the game is so close to ending that if we crash now, we might not even be able to get back in before the games come to an end, and I don't want to miss it. Give me some new updates with fixed stuff for that, and I will give you all the first-person observing that you could possibly want. They found Nanvik, but there's still 3 more left to deal with, and Tico and AFB are by themselves in this fight. AFB falls. EB falls as well. Gustav came over. Mexi is alive, and Bestelog is there to help Uber. Nate thrown forward. Mexi is still up. Not a lot of HP, and as I say that he falls, Uber is there with the nade. Bestelog stays alive on the south side, so now Liquid fall out in 8th. Game Frame go out immediately after. We're down to 6 teams left. I have Buster. Just that a crate lands right in his face. That's pretty useful, whether you want the gun or not. Get yourself some late game level 3 gear. And Sneap. Get the circle once more. No helmet left for Bestelog. This crossing is, I don't want to say impossible, but I do want to say it's going to be pretty damn difficult. I think Diaz knows, if not exactly, then somewhat close to it, where he is. And Diaz just lost a tire in his buggy. Doesn't make it undrivable. Oh, that's, you know, you don't do that when there's 14 players alive. That is not optimal by any means. Not optimal. Don't run each other over. Not right now. That nade. Does it have the distance? No, not far enough. Res is coming up. Fortunately, they will be able to get it as well. Buster. Oh my lord. Not just any crate, but he got himself an AWM in the very late game. That is pretty damn useful. Uber is alive. He's actually inside the circle too. Look at the amount of vehicles over there. Pretty handy. Decent amount of cover. He is on the very, very edge though, and as you can see, Sicko has literally taken Cinder. Cinder, dot. This is where he's prone down, just ready and waiting. I think their main task, other than holding off the solos down towards the south, is going to be how do we deal with the 4-man strong not fair leaving the compound when all we can do is sit over here. And every time they peek over the top, you have a guy like Buster, as you can see, tapping away with the AWM. You have to be very, very decisive in when you peek and how you do it. Circle, final one of it. It's gonna send up. And again, guys, I know that you want to see all that amazing FPP action, but I really don't want to crash. Right now, the observing, not in mode, but just that this is not in the best state, so I'm trying to cover it as best as I can. Oh, they have no idea if the sneaky snakes are next to them. No idea. Did they see them just now? Nope. Luke has no clue what's happening right here. Uno finds one. Uber falls. Center player Sicko has gone down as well. Plenty of smokes being utilized. Uno finds one. Goes for more. Not able to find it though. Flashbangs being utilized now from this side. Here comes Were team. Able to get the knock on to one. Buster from the south side as well is trying to charm on in. If they can get one nade within these vehicles, that is just red barrels waiting to explode. Screwy Inks finds one. They're still alive on the top. This is a nice endgame area. I like it. And again, I'm sorry for not going first person, guys. I've explained it already quite a few times. But if you need to know, it's because I don't want to crash. That should be a kill. Boing. Nope, actually not. He does get his flushes in though. Scary Fools. Buster finds the flush, and Emporo finds one more. Just 2 teams left alive, and now let's see, can we do this in the very end game without crashing? Just 1 player left alive, and it's Gluttony. I can't see him now. There he is. Spotted out. Diaz finds him, and Team Phantom, despite losing a lot of players early on, actually managed to make their way in. Oh, not early on. I guess it's kind of in the middle.